Hey Leisure Gamers, welcome to Gamer Kitchen. Today we're making Southwest chicken soup. In this recipe, we're going to learn how to saute. Sauteing is a great skill that we can use in future recipes, so let's get to it.
We'll need 3 pieces of equipment for this recipe, starting with our usual cutting board and knife, as well as a pot large enough to hold the soup. In addition, we'll need a large skillet or a saute pan. I'm going to use a 12-inch nonstick pan. At the start of the recipe, we're going to combine the tomatoes, corn, rice, black beans, and chicken stock, and bring all the ingredients to a boil together. But first, we need to dice the tomatoes. To remove the stem, choke up on your knife to steady your grip. Then carefully cut around the stem to remove it. Next, make 3 to 4 vertical cuts to expose the tomato's cross-section. From here, make 4 to 5 cuts, then rotate the tomato 90 degrees and make another 4 to 5 cuts. This results in a nice medium-sized dice. Once the tomatoes are cut, add the rice, corn, and beans to the empty pot. Make sure you rinse the beans in cold water to remove any storage liquid. Pour in the chicken stock and add in the diced tomatoes. You could use one 15-ounce can of diced tomatoes to make your life easier, but today I chose to use fresh tomatoes. Turn the heat on high, and once boiling, cover and reduce the heat to low. We are effectively steaming the rice like normal, along with a whole bunch of goodies. While the rice is cooking, cut up the onion and green pepper like we've talked about before. If you need a reference, check out earlier episodes of Gamer Kitchen. This is also a good opportunity to cut up the cilantro that we'll need as well. Cilantro, or coriander leaves, are common in many Latin American, Mediterranean, and Asian dishes. Heat can quickly diminish its flavor, so cilantro is usually used raw or added to dishes immediately before serving. As it turns out, many people genetically perceive the taste of cilantro as soapy. There's an interesting article that I posted in the description that explains why. So if you're one of those individuals, leave the cilantro out. For the rest of you, rinse the cilantro in cold water, then remove the leaves from the stems and loosely chop the measured amount. Next, it's time to cook the chicken. Heat your saute pan over medium. It's important to heat the pan thoroughly, which could take a couple of minutes. This step is called seasoning the pan, and it will ensure the pan is hot enough to brown the protein quickly. Once hot, add in the oil and tilt the pan if necessary to create an even coating. Our goal is to saute, which means that we're using a little bit of fat to aid in the browning process of our protein. If you add too much oil, the process changes to pan frying, which isn't what we want to do today. Once the oil has had a minute to warm up, place the chicken in the center of the pan. Once the protein has made contact with the pan, don't move it until you're ready to flip it. Generously season the chicken with salt, black pepper, and garlic powder. As long as you keep the heat around medium, the chicken can cook on one side without fear of burning. In fact, if you're using non-stick cookware, it's never a good idea to cook much above medium anyway, as the non-stick coating can be damaged at higher heats. After 3 minutes or so, flip the chicken and generously season the now browned side of the chicken with more salt, black pepper, and garlic powder. This browning process is what gives proteins their flavor, and because the pan was just the correct heat, the sauteing has created a seal, locking in that moisture. Wait a few more minutes until you flip the chicken over once more, but it should take around 8 minutes to cook depending on the size and thickness. Once the chicken is done, remove it from the pan and let it rest on the cutting board. Return the pan to the burner and wipe out any loose salt or garlic powder. Add a little bit more oil and saute the green pepper and onion until they begin to sweat and turn slightly brown. Combine these now sauteed vegetables to the soup. Dice the chicken by making 5 to 6 horizontal and vertical cuts. Then add the chicken to the soup. Once stirred, add in the measured amounts of garlic powder, cumin, chili powder, and ground oregano. When you are ready to serve, stir in the chopped cilantro. Taste the soup and add more salt and pepper if necessary. When serving, garnish with whatever you think would be good. Maybe add some sour cream, chili powder, cilantro, or maybe even some sliced green onions. If you have any questions or suggestions, let us know. Alright, Leisure Gamers, see you next time, and stay warm.